And good evening to our Batavia Bulldog fans and our Riverside Brookfield Bulldogs as well.
Battle of the Bulldogs here to wrap up day 2 of the Jack Tosh.
We got a dogfight here, basically. That's all I'll say. I'm John Finucane. Alongside me is Griffin and Hanna. I am very excited for this matchup. This is one I've been waiting for all day long. So just to get into it, Griffin, do you want to take us away, talk about some things that happened?
Both these teams, Riverside Brookfield was expected to be here. On the other end, Batavia, not as much. Batavia squeaking out a narrow victory against the hosting Dukes yesterday. A 1-point game led them to this spot here. Riverside Brookfield making their 25th appearance at the Tosh. The Batavia Bulldogs for their 11th. Both these teams fighting for a chance to take home the Tosh championship. Both programs trying to do it in a long time. Riverside Brookfield hasn't won it since 2001. Last time they were in the championship was 2014. And the Bulldogs are looking for their first ever Tosh finish or championship.
I will say the thing that helped, the people who have helped Batavia get to the spot have been Xavier Justice and Joe Reed. Those two had incredible game plans last night. I was able to interview them, talk to them. They just the only thing they talked about fixing is turnovers. So tip-off will be underway. It'll be one of the Bulldogs' way. Riverside Brookfield, number 22, Buskip.
Riverside Brookfield, definitely the taller team here. I'm looking at the mismatch in the guard matchup specifically. Number 5 for Riverside Brookfield, Cameron Mercer. He's a senior who's going to tower above the Batavia point guard, number 21, Xavier Justice.
As we're talking about him, he comes from that inbound, passes down low. Justice has it again, top of the arc, still looking for somebody. It'll be passed out to Blankenship. Blankenship's 3 is good. Welcome to the Tosh. It'll be Vollenholm to bring it down. Has Mercer. Mercer goes in the lane, gets blocked going up. Ball will be Batavia's raid. It'll be Xavier to have it now.
As I mentioned earlier, you saw Mercer take advantage of that height.
So that'll be a missed 3 for Joe Reed there. Has Von Sepik. Down low. Just off the mark. Xavier Justice now brings it up. Justice right at the arc. He passes around. They're going to have Reed in the corner. Reed looking to shoot a little better tonight. Hand off to Xavier. He's going to pump it down low to a shadow.
Throwing it to the Ghost of Christmas pass there.
Yeah, I mean, that only fits, being that it is Christmas time. Would you still consider it Christmas time after Christmas, though?
I mean, 2 days after Christmas is pushing it. I'll give you the day after.
Yeah.
Tree pickups January 7th here in Elmhurst, so mark your calendars.
Do you do real trees at your house?
I do.
All right. Well, Justice, I bet he's just had a great Christmas time as Joe Reed now has the ball. Passes up to the top of the arc.
What's a better Christmas gift than a day 1 win at the Jack Tosh?
Honestly, I don't know. But I think maybe like a dunk would be a great.
A day 5 win?
A day 5 overtime win. Ever think about that? So 21 of Riverside Brookfield will miss on that one. That was Colin Camino. Justice, pull up, step back, no good. 5 minutes into this game, Batavia's going to remain possession off that rebound. Justice is going to try to see, can he get his second life here? The Countdowns are starting from the bench. There'll be a 3 from the corner. That was just off the tip of the Riverside Brookfield defense.
Shot clock definitely coming into effect here at the Tosh. Typically during IHSA play, there is no shot clock, but here at the Tosh, there is one. You get 35 seconds coming up early in this game.
And we're one of the only Holiday Classic teams that does do the shot clock, as Mercer has a fadeaway mid-range, nasty.
As you were saying, the shot clock is not common in many other holiday tournaments, but here at York, we do have them, and we take full advantage of them here during Tosh.
Fun fact, we were actually the first team to introduce this, and also the first team to have 32 teams. So very historical here for 51 years of the Jack Tosh. And what a better place to play this game than the main gym, as Noah Van Thol will take this one from the inbound. Out to Mercer. Mercer has a quick pivot. Camino to Twitty. Camino again. Camino puts it himself. He'll get 2 for the Bulldogs. Justice in transition. Slowing down, pace of play. First 4 minutes going off the clock very shortly. Back to Justice. Throws it in the corner. His shot off the mark. It'll be Mercer to slow down their offense. Oh, and it'll be picked off by Evan Blankenship. Have yourself a night. And Justice will get the inbound, and it'll be a 3.
You mentioned him earlier. Xavier Justice came up big in their day 1 game. Coming up big here as well, pushing the lead up to 2.
So we will be taking a short step aside from that timeout. Xavier Justice forced it, so thank him. When we come back, we'll have some more action for you. Don't go anywhere. You're watching York Sports Network. And a little comeback late for this team. Mercer will now pump fake. He'll shoot it mid-range too, just off the mark. Batavia Bulldogs will now have it. Xavier Justice right at the Duke. He'll pump it out. It'll be Reed, top of the arc, out to number 12. Joe Reed again in the corner. Tight press by Mercer. Up in the corner for Joe, no good. It'll be Mercer in the corner now. Oh, only it's picked off. It is picked off. Batavia will have the Justice now.
This Guppick unable to handle the ball there. I don't think he was expecting the pass from Mercer in that position.
Yeah, this is going to be a game of communication here, Griffin. The first one to fail is the first one to lose. Joe Reed will have the ball now. Looking for somebody. Going to take a quick pivot. Have Shengelbird in the corner. Passes it out to Joe Daly. Daly back to Justice. Justice puts it up. Beats the shot clock, but won't make it. They'll have a second chance rebound. They'll go up with it. They won't have it. It'll be a fight at the rim. Mercer to take this one off the rebound. He'll put it up. He'll miss. It won't be good. Foul.
Cameron Mercer's looking for his shot early and often in the shot clock, taking the ball near half court and just pushing in the pace. I do like that he's finding his shot, but I do think he can afford to wait a little bit longer in the shot clock, look for the best shot rather than the first shot he can take.
You know, 35 seconds is a long time when you think about it. It sounds like a little bit, but it is a while. So you can really drag that clock out. Shingelberg will have it now. Pass in the corner to Blankenship. Mercer will go down, and it will be blocked even after the whistle.
For those who don't know, it's common practice to block a shot that came after the whistle because majority of players like to see the ball go in the basket. So any way you can stop that from happening during or after the whistle, majority of players will do that.
A little message is being sent to the other Bulldogs.
As you said, this one's going to be a dogfight as 21. Colin Camino finishes that one.
Camino, another great guy for this Bulldogs. I mean, I don't know. I'm going to call it Batavia, Bulldogs, Riverside, Brookfield, because it is hard to keep track. I didn't think this would ever be a matchup. And a corner three for Batavia, number 13, Joe Daly. He'll pass that one, and he dish it to Shingleberg. His shot will be off the mark. So it's going to be Riverside Brookfield basketball.
Not only is it Battle of the Bulldogs, but you got Batavia with the horizontal bulldog, and you got Riverside Brookfield with the vertical bulldog logo.
It's the X and Y fight here.
I like that.
It's the X and Y. Thinking about some algebra here as 23. Noah Van Oel, and the pass will be taken out as I'm looking at the score sheet. The shot was almost blocked. Batavia takes the lead by 2 points, 8-6. Van Olm will take this one in transition. Out to Biskupik. To Mariser. Mariser out to Van Olm. About to Burns. Camino will have it. Camino pressured. Had Burns, didn't get him. Top of the arc three, just off the mark.
I feel like this game will be decided by whoever loses, not whoever wins, if you will. Batavia has this narrow lead because of points off turnovers. Otherwise, both these teams have gone back and forth with sloppy play, missing open layups down low, allowing offensive rebounds. And I just feel like whoever hurts themselves more will cause themselves to lose rather than a team beating the other.
Yeah, and in that, I mean, I will talk about 18 turnovers for Batavia last night. 18.
It's crazy that you can have 18 turnovers and win.
I don't. That shows how well their offense is. I mean, how okay their offense is. That game was close, and York was able to clean up a lot, but they just shot better early on, which set them apart. So now it'll be Mariser to take this one in on the inbound. To Camino, too high over. Can he save it? He can. That was impressive.
I'm surprised they didn't call that an over and back.
No, so Camino will have 22 seconds. 5-second shot separating game and shot clock, and he'll go down hard. Oh.
Pulling at his pants.
That was an interesting angle. Griffin.
What is happening? Van Tholen seems distressed. He got the call, came down hard, but he got the call.
You think he's in shock? You think he broke something? Van Tholen
doesn't seem like it.
Van Tholen shoots perfectly.
He nails the first.
He nails the first, but he's just, maybe he's fired up. You know, when you hit somebody in football, you just, a shock of electricity goes through your body. It's hard to explain, but maybe that's what's going on with him.
Riverside Brookfield.
He'll train them both, so obviously there's nothing wrong with his shooting hand.
Hoping he's not hurt as their starting point guard is already out.
Yeah.
Definitely don't want any more injuries.
So shot clock will now be off. Final 12 seconds left in this first quarter. You hear the countdown going. Justice. Xavier pump fakes. Put it up for mid-range jumper. Not going to have it. Riverside Brookfield will get the rebound last minute. He hits the nuke.
He was shooting for the South Gym. Yeah. He was shooting at the Fieldhouse rim.
Yeah, he was shooting up a cars.
He was trying to get it in the wreath.
He was shooting up the driver's ed cars over there.
Yeah, he was.
So as we talk about the architecture of the York Dukes facility, before we go, we would like to thank some sponsors. Griffin, would you like to do that?
Thank you to Breakaway Basketball, Chicago Supercoach LLC, Chick-fil-A, Elmhurst Airborne Basketball, Elmhurst Baseball and Softball, and Empist.
Welcome back to second quarter action in the main gym. The Sweet 16 for Batavia and Riverside Brookfield. The battle of the X and Ys, the battle of the Bulldogs, the battle of a lot of things here.
One thing to point out here is Batavia is going with an 8-man rotation so far, Bulldogs have yet to sub anybody in.
Yeah, Batavia keeping to what works. So it'll be Mercer in the corner. He throws out his three, not going to have it. As three, Evan Blankenship will take this one down, pass it out to Justice. Justice will have it, top of the arc. Pass it out to Dan Fern. Out to Joe Reed. Joe Reed will come back in, maybe trip up a player. He did foul out last game, even though he had a very impressive performance, was able again to interview him, but an impressive performance, whatnot.
Walker Burns, the player who got tripped up there, illegal screen called on Batavia. Going to be a turnover there. And once again, we see it's not about who beats the other team, but who beats themselves.
So again, one of those little ticky-tack fouls as Justice goes into transition. Still an 8-8 game. Just trying to find somebody at the top. Burnren, pass out to, not gonna have it. That was Farah.
Get it into Justice. He goes right up with it. Great play design there from Batavia to get the early layup to fall in the box inbound concept.
Yeah, I was writing up some notes on my score sheet, so I missed that. Thank you, Griffin. But Camino will have the ball, pass it out down low to Van Zoom. Mercer now has it. Arc shot, no good, just off the mark. Batavia, Joe Reed will have it.
I feel like it's only a matter of time until Mercer really takes over this game. He only has 2 points, and that's not by the fault of not taking any shots. He just can't get them to fall.
And Joe Reed will have his not fall. Looks like there's some kind of magical power over that rim. Nothing's getting to fall. And it'll be no good for Noah Van Olm.
Neither of these teams can seem to take the lid off the rim right now.
But there goes a crowbar from Batavia. Evan Blankenship, hello.
The announcer jink works once again.
Sometimes it's positive, sometimes it's negative. I had a negative impact on Fenwick's first game. Camino goes down low, no good. Will he get fouled or foul somebody else?
That is a shooting foul. He will go to the line for 2.
It's hard to see that corner ref because of this monitor in front of me. So a lot of the times I'll get calls wrong about fouls, even though I know the signs. So he will go to the line, Camino, for his 2. First one will drop perfectly.
Checking in here, number 13 for Batavia. That's Joe Daly. Number 3, Anthony Tyler for Riverside Brookfield. That is the first sub of the game for Riverside Brookfield, and that's the 4th player to get in for Batavia. Yeah. Batavia's bench is like double the size of Riverside Brookfield. I just noticed that.
When they played York, their bench was almost out in the hallway. I'm being serious. So Joe Reed will have this one in the corner. It's going to be passed down low. Joe Reed will have it under the rim, and he'll show himself. Now Van Olm will take this one himself. Pass it out to the corner. Camino, turn around, pump fake, shot, no good. Joe Reed will have it in transition. Pass out to Justice. Slow down pace. 27 on the shot clock. Plenty of time on the game clock. 13, Joe Daly. His shot, good. That was Blankenship for the 3. Matching his number on this chest and matching the number in the scorecard.
I just counted it up. There are 22 players rostered for Batavia, and that is not counting the coaches or the managers.
And there is a lot of coaches and managers. As we count more players and more things, we will take a short step aside. You're watching York Sports Network. Welcome back. As we were talking about the bus situation for Batavia, I remembered that they do not have one of the bigger buses like all the other school. When you think of a school bus, they have the shorter one. So I'm wondering, how do you fit 22 people on a bus like that?
We were questioning it because they have 22 players rostered. How do you get that many people in?
Joe Reed will show his speed and steal it. That one will go around the rim and drop.
Out of 22 people, you know the name Joe Reed. He's showing up for the Batavia Bulldogs big right now.
Absolutely. His coach thinks very highly of him. Camino tried to have a pump fake, wouldn't have it. Mistupic falls down, gets it off to Camino though. And Van Olm under, reverse, layup, no good.
And I thought Dr. J just took over Camino.
And Mistupic will have his lay go just right off the glass, be fouled, so an and one will be in place. So there will be a substitution out for Batavia. Number 12, Ben Salennagel. I butchered that last name. His first shot is going to be good.
Silkaitis took the inbound.
So it'll be Silkaitis again, out to Justice. Justice, deep three, just so close.
Xavier Justice has a real high-arcing shot where if it swishes, it looks really pretty, but it doesn't give a very forgiving rim for him as it bounces very high off of it.
But his hand will get into play and poke that one out. Camino will have his man underneath, jumped out to Mistupic. Camino will take his own shot, not gonna have it. Justice in the corner. Blankenship, Reed. Justice again, top of the arc. 21 seconds. Joe Reed again. Justice, little game of hot potato. Pass again. He's gonna have an open lane. He'll take it himself. Beat the shot clock.
Xavier Justice taking over for Joe Reed here in the closing moments of this first half.
Mercer, top of the arc, pushes in, fights for it, drop back, swish. Gotta cover my mouth there because I didn't want to jinx it. That one looked dangerous.
Mercer gets that one to rattle home, hoping that kind of uncaps the rim for him and he'll start to explode offensively.
So Blankenship will have a missed three off of that. Van Olm will take this one home. Mercer downtown, no good, gets his own rebound. And Blankenship will get a hand on that one.
Two Riverside Brookfield subs coming in here. Number one for Batavia, that's number 15, Dane Farrar.
So Mercer's first shot will drop perfectly.
Number 15 for Riverside Brookfield, that is Walker Burns. And number 4 for Riverside Brookfield, that is Evan Elzey. Fun fact, I was former teammates of Evan Elzey during middle school 7th grade travel basketball.
You guys should have seen the reunion. It might have been the funniest and most heartwarming thing I've ever seen. Because we're talking and he goes, I think I know that guy. And he turns around and goes, oh, it's Griffin. And they just caught up like they're old buddies. So number 15, Farah, will miss his three. But, I mean, I hope he does well. I told him I hope he does well.
I do, too. Point guard back in the day, and he's point guard still. Almost got his first assist there.
So Mercer will miss that. Then Justice to come in. Jukes out. Reed, corner, just got off the mark. Mercer passes around. It'll be Camino in the corner, not going to make it. He'll get his own rebound. Van Olm in the corner. His shot won't drop either. Trying to get this one out. It will be stolen by Justice. Justice will have it now, slowing down pace. Final minute, 55 seconds left on the clock. 30 on the game, on the shot clock. Reed. Blankenship three, just off the mark as well. Looks like A foul. So it'll be a shooting foul. They'll walk it down now.
Riverside Brookfield in the bonus with that one.
And after this shot, Olaine Johnson will come in and substitution for Batavia. Little score update for you other basketball fans. 2 minutes left in the third quarter of the St. Ignatius DGS game. 40-30. St. Ignatius leads by 10.
St. Ignatius heavy favorites coming into the tournament. They're projected to win it all.
They're projected by a lot of us. Me and Griffin did our preview show. I picked St. Ignatius to win.
I picked Palatine.
You picked Palatine. That's not a bad pick.
That is a semifinal matchup if both teams get there.
Tony Balaniega is a great athlete. I hope he makes All-American team. Justice will take it. Have Johnson up top. Johnson to Justice. JJ, no good. It'll be almost picked away. Camino down low to the corner for Farah, just off the mark. Justice will take this one in rotation. Slowing it down. Final minute 10. As halftime is just dwindling down. Not a lot of time to get a lead here. It'll be Joe Reed. Justice will fall, and it'll be against the Batavia Bulldogs.
That's going to be Xavier Justice first foul, so not in foul trouble yet. Bulldogs still. This is confusing. The Bulldogs are in the bonus, but
they have one foul.
What? Okay.
All right, final 1 minute left to go. Farah will have this one top of the key. Pass it out to Camino. It'll be picked away by Joe. Almost had it. And Marisser, three, just off the mark.
I would have told you that three was butter.
I would have too, from right where we're looking.
This angle, it looked incredible.
No, it did.
And it was just long.
I don't even know how it got long because it went straight down. It didn't hit the backboard. It was a weird arc. There's a lot of weird arcs in this tournament. But that's a beautiful one as Joe Reed will hit a nice three. Van Tholen to take this one into the Batavia Bulldogs territory. Almost picked away. Heavy fight in the 2 zone. That one will be good for Van Olm. Final second, just there. So Griffin, I'll ask you this question. I ask it to a lot of people. What can Riverside Brookfield, what can Riverside Brookfield do to come back in this game? Only down 5 going into half.
They really have to clean up their own mistakes. As you said, only down 5, and that's mostly because of points off turnovers. Xavier Justice and the rest of the Bulldogs have been able to capitalize on the turnovers they forced or have been given by the Riverside Brookfield Bulldogs to gain this 5-point lead. It's a narrow lead. Both teams only have 4 timeouts left. Coming out of halftime, I want to see Riverside Brookfield just keep doing what they're doing offensively, clean up their turnovers, clean up their mistakes, and I think they can come in this game and make a comeback.
Yeah, exactly, Griffin. Couldn't say it better myself. We will take, before we go to break, we'd like to thank some of our sponsors for the 2025 Jack Tosh Holiday Classic. I'd love to thank Every Single Day Basketball, Financial Solution Advertising Group, and Howard Customs. Welcome back to Batavia versus Riverside Brookfield, the battle of the dogs in the main gym at the nighttime. So this is definitely a great energy in this gym right now. 25-20. We talked earlier about what you have to do if you're Riverside Brookfield to bring this game back. Griffin, why don't you start us off?
Quick little refresher. We talked about it right as halftime started. Riverside Brookfield has to clean up their mistakes. Majority of this lead is because of points off turnovers for Batavia. In order to shrink this lead and gain the lead back, Riverside Brookfield is going to have to clean up the turnovers, play patiently, and instead of force the ball in the spots, wait, be patient, and try to get the best shot possible.
Perfectly said, Griffin. Nothing more that I have to add. So I will go back to announcing as Van Tholen will take this one in transition. He's going to take it all himself. Can he get it? No, just right there. Berggren will take this one in transition, pass it out to Justice. This will be top of the arc. He's going to start to slow this one down, maybe draw some clock off. It'll be a number 14, Berggren again, Justice. It'll be Berggren again, just playing a little hot potato game. Justice found him out low, corner open for Joe Reed, and he bangs a three.
Joe Reed not cooling off at all at the halftime break. He's staying hot, hitting an early three in the second half.
I mean, that was an absolutely well-developed play. I know Coach will be bringing that one back very soon. Mercer will be taking this one down. Fadeaway two, no good, just off the mark.
Very interesting look here. Both teams going with a man-to-man defense. Typically during the Tosh, you see a lot of different zones. Both these teams keeping it to the fundamentals. Just guard your man and let your team worry about the rest.
So it'll be Berggren up top, pushing this one out. It'll be stolen by Mercer. He'll go up. Can he get it? Oh!
Ooh. Came down hard there. I thought we were going to get a highlight. Mercer seemed to come down and hit his head hard.
Yeah. Looks like he's going to be good, though. Getting up. Got a clap. We're going to give him a little clap. That had me worried for a second. I mean, that was a great breakaway. Hopefully, Coach gives him a rest, a well-deserved rest for number 5 of this team, having 7 points tonight. The trainer's going to check him out. Just need a little break as Justice will take this one in transition.
Good to see him get up from that. He immediately grabbed the back of his head. He's already headed back to the scores table. Seemed more shaken up than anything.
Yeah, I mean, that's the worst kind because you don't know if they're overreacting or just they actually feel it. Well, Berggren will take this one out to far. It'll be Blankenship. Blankenship trying to find somebody. Berggren again. Justice. Shot clock winding down. Far in the corner is good for 3.
Doesn't matter who it is for Batavia. They're raining it from 3. These Bulldogs can't be stopped.
Yeah, absolutely not. I mean, just an incredible play. That first open 3 for Joe Reed, that had to be scripted, and now we're going to have another one just off the mark right there.
You know, I originally said coming out of halftime the difference in this game was going to be the turnovers. Turns out it's just the closeout defense for Riverside Brookfield.
And look at that block by far. That will be, I don't know if it was either a missed pass. Looked like a missed pass there as Camino will inbound this one for the Bulldogs. Out to Van Tholen. Van Tholen already having some man-to-man pressure.
We talked about this earlier. Batavia, 22-man roster.
Mercer, 3. He's coming off this one again.
Bulldogs, much smaller one.
Mercer stolen. I mean, look at that. Comes off the bench, hurt a little bit, and he gets a steal, almost a shot off too.
Back to what I was saying, 14-man roster for Riverside Brookfield, 22 for Batavia. And it's kind of showing up here. Batavia running in transition, and that's kind of burning Riverside Brookfield coming out of halftime. These Bulldogs for Riverside Brookfield, so used to just saying the mascot, look a little bit tired, and they don't seem like they can hang with the Batavia Bulldogs.
I think it's 2 dogs on a fence right now just barking at each other, figuratively and literally. So it'll be, the ref is in the way, it'll be Evan Blankenship to go to the line for 2 here. He has 9 points on the night, 0 fouls, so that is nice. If you get up to 10,
Best he can do is 1 for 2. If he hits this next free throw, he'll be in double figures. That's the second foul on Mercer. Not quite yet in foul territory, but he's nearing it.
And he will enter this one with 10 points. You know, I think if you can be a player who can have 0 fouls, come into half with 10 points, you're doing something right. I think you have nothing to be ashamed of, even if you win or lose the game. Mercer will grab that pass off. He'll pay it away for a 2, won't have it. Basupuk will try to fight for this one. He tries to put it up one, doesn't have it. Mercer again, Basupuk. Camino guiding him in. Will he have the lane? He won't have it. It'll be a foul on Basupuk. He's confused.
One thing I want to point out is Cameron Mercer, he's rocking high top shoes. Typically that limits mobility in the ankle, shortening and decelerating your first step, but it does not seem to affect Mercer. He is one of the fastest players and most twitchiest players I've seen all tournament. And I just find that goes to show you, put that kid in some low tops, I don't think anybody could keep up.
I think they regulated him into high tops to slow him down. He might be going 90 miles an hour. So corner 3 for Blankenship is going to be no good. The rebound and steal for Farr will be good, though.
That's one of those mistakes that I talked about earlier in this game. Riverside Brookfield had their hands on the defensive rebound. It pops up. Batavia gets the offensive rebound, second chance buckets, and that's what forced the timeout. The unwarranted mistakes leading to this lead.
As you talk about that forced timeout, we will go to a break. But before, we'd like to thank a couple sponsors. ICI builds Knights basketball and lockdown basketball. Thank you very much. Stay with us. You're watching York Sports Network. And welcome you back to Batavia versus Riverside Brookfield. I'm Jeff Finucane. Alongside me, Griffin Hanna. It'll be number 15 in Burns. Oh, it'll be poked away by his twin of 15. Mercer tries to fight this one. Looks like a reach and foul, probably.
I agree with that call. Mercer kind of came in and more slapped at that ball than tried to poke at it. Got all arm. That's his third foul already. And third quarter, it's about halfway through.
Foul.
He's practically just on the verge of being in foul trouble.
Foul a quarter is not bad as Joe Reed is in the corner, and that's not a bad look for him. He'll want that one back.
Poked out there by Batavia. It's going to retain Riverside Brookfield possession.
I thought that the reason why Mercer didn't go for that one was because he was already out, but I guess they thought Batavia had a hand on it, and they did. So Riverside Brookfield will continue this possession here.
I agree. From our angle, it was tough to see, and I thought that was a lack of effort from Mercer, but he was in the right.
No.
Batavia popped that one out.
He's got Kobe vision as number 12, new player, comes out, gives a steal. Justice in transition. It'll be
Ben Silbernagel in on the steal.
Sangelberg, haven't seen him since the first quarter. Joe Reed, open 3. He's good.
Joe Reed continuing his hot hand. He's up to 13 points, practically all on threes.
You know, tonight is his night. This gym is his gym. Write his name on it. Mercer, fadeaway 2 is no good.
Calls for a push-off there. Don't matter as that did not fall for Mercer. I keep waiting for Mercer to really just uncap this kind of lid on the rim and just start making everything.
Joe Reed will show that they don't have a lid, though, but he will miss.
I've seen previous games last year and yesterday. Mercer can just take over offensively. Right now, nobody on Riverside Brookfield can get it going.
Yeah, nobody can shoot anything. Justice will retain possession. He'll pass it out to Berggren. That shot will be nice for Joe Reed, though.
Joe Reed can't miss it, feels. If you're head coach Jim Nazos, you got to think, just give it to Joe Reed.
You know, Nazos, when I wanted to interview Reed, after getting fouled out and only having 8 points, I thought that there was more to Joe Reed than just his points and the numbers on his thing. He played very well. And Coach after asked me, why did you want to interview Reed? And I talked about the physicality, just the emotion that he puts out, and the brains that he brings to this Batavia team. So Camino will be in the corner, out to Mercer. Mercer will have a lane. It'll be a shove. Whoa.
This time, I mentioned it earlier, Mercer does get the call against him. That's going to be his 4th foul. And he's checking out. In comes Evan Elzy.
Quick little score update from the South Gym. Breaking news. It'll be St. Ignatius 56 to DGS 53. Sorry, 56 to 53. 7.9 seconds left in the 4th. This could go to overtime. Justice in the corner. Down to Farr. Farr goes up for it, almost fouled, not going to have a call. So he'll have to give it around the back to Blankenship. Fancy intelligence from the kid.
Looking like Nikola Jokic with the behind-the-back pass. Great court awareness there. Finds the wide open Bulldog.
And that shot will be no good. Camino gets the rebound off his teammate's shot. He'll pass it out to number 4. Edsley, no good.
That's going to be a foul call, another one on Riverside Brookfield. That's going to put him 1 foul away. Sorry, that puts Batavia in the bonus.
And it'll put Basuka in foul trouble. He's at 3 now. I misread it and thought he had 5. He's getting fouled out. Because just how he reacts to all these fouls, it seems like he's close to leaving this game.
Yes, it does. Basuka takes every foul like a personal threat.
I saw somebody go 6-7, and I thought it was the 6-7 score. I'm trying to see what they're reading. So Olin Johnson will be at the free throw line for 2. That first one will drop perfectly. Reed will be back in, and Blankenship will come back in.
Flirted with the rim there. One thing that's shocking is just the amount of missed free throws I've seen today. I don't know if it's just something going on today or the Tosh in general. There's been a lot of missed free throws. Johnson goes 2 for 2, luckily. Yeah. But, for example, the Palatine game, star player Tony Belganyehi shot under 50% from the line. Nobody went 2 for 2 until the 4th quarter during that game. I was just shocked by the amount of missed free throws.
So that'll be a Blankenship steal out to Augustine. Augustine, new player coming in. Far out low to Johnson. Johnson out to Augustine.
Riverside Brookfield extending this rotation with Mercer being in foul trouble.
So it's going to be Reed to take this one. Finds a lane down low, passes it over, not good. Great thought for Blankenship. He's going to try to steal from behind. Won't be able to get it off before Bazooka can get his 2 to drop.
Coast to coast there, showing off the speed. Looking like a linebacker.
I mean, yeah. Riverside Brookfield, not a very football team, so a lot of these kids just play basketball, unlike Batavia, which is a huge football team. Sorry about that voice crack. Reed pump fakes, almost had his opponent. He's going to roll in, get it right off the glass. He'll fall down. Camino in rotation. Bazupik out to number 4, Edsley. Edsley jukes out Reed, and he'll put that up. Fancy maneuver for the senior.
Evan Elzy. Great change of pace there.
Ooh, and a fancy little behind the back for Farr to end the 3rd quarter.
Just as I was complimenting Elzy, he got put in the spin cycle, leaving the score 43-26. Batavia commanding lead over the Riverside Brookfield Bulldogs. 4th quarter action coming your way next. Don't go anywhere. You're watching York Sports Network. Fourth quarter action about to start here. 17 points separating these two teams. Batavia has 4 timeouts left. Riverside Brookfield only with 3.
I felt like far coming back to the score table. I hit the craziest spin move from charging my phone. I'm a little out of breath, but you know, basketball still goes on as Vinthol will bring this one up. Bazooka out to number 3, new player, Tyler.
We have a score update out of the South Gym. Final score is 57-55. St. Ignatius triumphs DGS. They're going to advance. Scare for St. Ignatius, though, as they came in as the favorites to win the Jack Tosh. Already having a couple struggles in the Sweet 16.
So Camino will get fouled on that one. I don't trust it. I saw him hit the ball. The ball spinned going up. That means he had to have contact with it. But again, as we take this little short break for Blankenship's fouls, yeah, I mean, it's very concerning. First day of the Tosh. Almost lost to Highland Park?
Yes.
Highland Park, and now very close to DGS, who's a 4-2 team. I know records don't speak for everything. Blankenship does speak for his team. No, Johnson speaks for his team as he drops those. Luca DeSanto will be interviewing our best friend, Chris Bolte, right now. Ooh, and a dunk for Vinthol.
Hopefully Van Thol trying to energize his team here, spark the comeback.
And Camino will steal it. Sorry, I'm just so excited.
Stolen there. Batavia going coast to coast with it, up and good. Number 3, Evan Blankenship gets that one to fall.
Blankenship having an amazing game today. Looks like we switched jobs there, Griffin. Vinthol will bring this one up. Out to number 3, Anthony Tyler. Anthony Tyler, a little caught up in traffic. What is he going to do? Vinthol has Camino open. Gets a screen. Tyler. Looks like Camino is not going to be happy with that one. So it'll be final 7-ish minutes left to play in this fourth quarter. Justice back in since the third.
Lead only growing 2 points since the break. Between quarters, 19 point separating these two teams. Justice looking to extend that.
And Reed will extend it to more as he puts up a clean 3.
Reed not only extending the lead, but also extending his range. That was a couple steps behind the 3-point line, it felt.
So that one will go off just the tips of Reed's fingers, so it should be Riverside Brookfield basketball.
In comes Cameron Mercer, Evan Elzey to the bench. Once again, I want to say my claim to fame. Me and Evan Elzey, 7th grade travel basketball teammates. Shout out all the boys from Knights, A-team, 7th grade basketball.
You know, I'll let you have it because when the old Fenwick team was here, as Mercer puts up his 2, it won't drop. No foul. When the old Fenwick team was here, whoa.
Batavia calling for a technical. Mercer playing with his heart, not with his head, it seems.
Yeah, but when that old Fenwick team happened, and I had all those buddies on there, you let me talk about how close we were. So you know what? I'll let you have this one because I had multiple. I had a starting 5 to talk about. As Blankenship will be in the corner, open for 3, collapse. Oh, it'll be blocked by Camino.
That is a ticky-tacky call if I've ever seen one. That's the second call where it felt like it was all ball.
Camino getting a little chippy with waves. So it'll be a little bit of a free throw. I don't believe that. I think it might be Riverside Brookfield versus refs right now. First one will drop.
As you said, the calls aren't going for Riverside Brookfield, but I will say I believe that the Bulldogs dug themselves into this hole. They had a lot of turnovers. Batavia capitalized on those turnovers, and Riverside Brookfield has been unable to rebound after those.
So Marisser will get a little foul against him. That'll put. Here, 1 sec. Christian had to leave, so I had to give him a hug. Love that guy. They'll be off the foot of a Batavia member, but it won't be out. So Justice will remain possession.
You got to wonder here, is Batavia going to start milking clock this early in the fourth quarter? They have a comfortable 13-point lead. It's crazy to say a comfortable 13-point lead, but Riverside Brookfield has shown no signs of a comeback so far as Batavia gets yet another offensive rebound.
So Joe Reed will have a little hot potato game in the corner to Justice. Justice heavily guarded. Out to Bergen. They'll be off the mark for Justice. Justice is caught up in traffic as Camino pushes this one coast to coast. Breaks a defender off. Let Mercer. Mercer three. Just off. Reed, I could hear him say what?
No player at the moment agreeing with what the refs are calling.
And I will say, usually they have the more experienced refs do the later games because they want to do the later things because, you know, sometimes they have work. So it's how it works out. So these guys are good refs. I've seen these guys at a lot of basketball games around the West Suburban Conference. These guys are good refs. So I don't know. Maybe it's just an off day. Maybe one of their contacts are loose. You never know. So
I would say it's not a bad day for these refs. I would just rather say that they're calling a lot because sometimes you get a crew who let you play a little bit more physical, let you kind of lower a shoulder into somebody. I feel like these guys, well, down low in the paint, a lot of stuff flies.
I don't think anybody's having a shoulder lowered on them. This isn't football.
I would ask Tony Belgagnehi. It seems like he was getting beaten up down low. He went to the free throw line a ton.
Oh, wow. This Batavia Bulldogs are beating the Riverside Brookfield Bulldogs as Joe Reed puts up a clean three.
The entirety of that 22-man roster on their feet after that Joe Reed three.
He's up to 20 now. Well, one off at 20. And Big Sukup will have his own.
Biskup, I'm sorry. Biskupic matching that three-pointer there, keeping the lead right where it was at.
And it will be Blankenship corner, just off the mark. I thought he had it. Van Thol will take this one. Have Tyler in the corner. Tyler down low to Mercer. Mercer will just be gone. Final 4-ish minutes, I'll call it. 10 seconds off, so we'll call it 4 minutes.
Officially a 20-point deficit here. Pretty much it's just Joe Reed is the...
Joe Reed is
he's
just
the difference in this game. Without Joe Reed, it's tied.
Yeah, so Mercer will drain that fadeaway too.
That's what I was talking about earlier. I've seen Mercer hit those shots he was taking in the first half and really just take over a game. As I said, though, they were not falling in the first half. Finally starting to heat up. Might be a little too late, though.
Justice and Farr are going to have a little hot potato game. Juking out the offense. They have a little smile. Blankenship in the corner. Again, Justice. Mercer will poke it away. What's he going to do? He'll stop, take his dribble, and lay it off the glass.
Cameron Mercer not ready to give up yet. 20-point lead, down to a 16-point lead. He's got 3 minutes, 10 seconds left to go pretty much. And I've seen crazier things at the Tosh. We've seen
crazier things in sports world. I mean, what happened to the Packers the other day and the other week?
We have. Before we go to break, we would like to thank our sponsors. Special thanks to the Martucci family, Orange Theory Fitness, Roberto's Restaurante, Rosati's Pizza, State Farm Insurance, Mike Callahan, and 3-Level Basketball Training.
Welcome back to some fourth quarter basketball here in the main gym. You know, they should just call it the Joe Reed Gym.
They should. He is taking over this game. 19 points for the Batavia Bulldogs. He is on a streak,
and
looking like a wide
21
receiver.
with that one. Wow.
They called a Joe Reed 9 route, and it worked to perfection.
So it'll be Mercer to take this one himself. Show that Joe Reed, he can do it too.
Lead back down to 16. We said it earlier, it's not over. Yes, it's improbable, but it's not over.
Oh, that'll be poked away by Van Tholen.
Final game of the Tosh here on day 2.
I don't know what Van Tholen is trying to fight for. He was the last one to hit the ball. So Mercer will play tough defense to pressure against the Batavia Bulldogs. It'll be Blankenship far down. He'll have to get it back to not have a backcourt violation.
Great game awareness there from Farrar. Just kind of hit the open flare out instead of trying to force it near the basket. You know, they got a lot of time to kill. Might as well retain possession while doing it.
So it'll be Joe Reed under. That's 23 on the night. He might be the second leading scorer in this gym. First is Joseph Luby of York Dukes with 25 tonight. So let's see, can he break his record?
After that last defensive collapse, I saw Coach Ringruber just scowl just because, I don't know how, but Joe Reed just snuck into the paint and not a soul in sight around him.
Joe Reed might have an invisible cloak on that arm sleeve. That is what that actually is, I've heard from himself.
Incredible backdoor to get him that open.
That he turns a Nile on it, and he's invisible. That's how he gets to the paint.
The Scoopik.
Ooh,
looked like he was breakdancing there. Stepped on the ball, brought his toe back, and then a little pirouette out of it. Yeah, a little pirouette out of it, hit the ground, and timeout called.
So we will take a short step aside. Don't go anywhere. You're watching York Sports Network. Welcome back to some exciting fourth quarter basketball. You know, I feel like I say that all the time, but it really is exciting.
When is the fourth quarter not exciting?
Probably when it's a blowout.
But the blowout, you get to see the
dunks.
rest. You get
to see dunks.
Or you get to see the rest of the guys get in. You get to see a couple faces and names you're not accustomed to, and then you see that junior who just barely made the team. He showed out. He earns himself that roster spot.
You know what I love, and I've been told a lot. People have told me that I don't like. They're like, "Hey, John, I don't think you understand how difficult it is to dunk in a game." And I'm like, I really don't care. I want you to dunk in your basketball game. Because I'm always like, oh, I want to see a dunk off a fast break. And it's like, it's not the smartest thing to do. You'll probably get yelled at. And I just want to see it, you know?
High risk, low reward for sure.
Yeah.
Even if it's a risk, then you shouldn't do it. And
I don't care. John Finucane, YSN, investigative journalist, loves dunks. If you want to make me happy, just dunk in front of my face. And I'll be happy. You'll be happy because you look cool. And you'll probably be winning the game like the Batavia Bulldogs are tonight.
Biggest thing with the dunk is you got to get – many people just think you got to be able to –
what's your, favorite dunk? Are you like a reverse dunk, a little 360 off the – are you a backboard dunker?
So, actually done in-game.
What is, the coolest – what would you love to see? If I was out there,
It's really specific, but Lob City Clippers, it's the Chris Paul lob over his head, Blake Griffin, East Bay, and then he just punches it through.
You're not going to go
the
LeBron one?
No, because that wasn't off a lob. Many people think the LeBron D. Wade was off lob. That is just a behind-the-back bounce pass. The one I'm talking about, Chris Paul tosses it behind his head. Blake Griffin grabs it between the legs.
Mercer steals. Sorry, Mercer had an incredible steal on that one.
He goes between the legs and then just, I'm not saying, it's a rim. He punches that ball through. And I would rather see, if I'm being honest, I'd rather just see a simple tomahawk where a guy like just punches the ball through than a rim grazing windmill.
You know what? You know what I've always saw? Like, you know when they like dunk over the Camry, like the Toyota Prius.
Yes.
I was like, when I was little and I was watching the dunk contest, I was like, I want to do that. But none of my parents owned like little cars, so I was just like hitting the door. Imagine like a 10-year-old me, 5-year-old me trying to dunk in my backyard, just hitting the side door of a 2014 GMC Terrain. Not barely getting a foot off the ground.
I love you know the year, make, and model.
Just slamming a black quote me, a black 2014 GMC Terrain Denali. Just imagine little short kid in the backyard of his parents' house.
Did you lower the hoop?
Oh no, it was see, my hoop at my house you can't lower. You have to get a wrench and do it.
Okay, so now I understand why people tell you don't know how hard it is to dunk. Because many people think you just have to be able to get rim. Majority of people have to be able to get their whole hand above the rim in order to get the ball up and over.
See, my thing about it is I have tiny hands. This is a little personal, but I have tiny hands, so it's hard for me to grip the basketball. So I kind of understand that part. But you have to get it so you can put it over. Like, if it rolls, like, you don't – like, yeah, if you can touch the top of the rim, yeah, good job for you. But you have to get over the rim.
Like you said, it can – there's that rim grazer where you're able to get it up there but not fully. And then there's that true dunk where you have to get up and over.
Now, as this game winds down and, you know, benches are starting to get cleared, how many of the Batavia bench players do you think will get in? Because there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
They've done 10 guys so far. Majority of the game, it was an 8-man rotation.
Well, looking like it's going to be fun.
If they put in 2 bench, like, deeper bench guys, they would put in 3 more. So that would, but 45 seconds, coach isn't making a move.
I think he's just I think he just wants the clock to drown.
I think these guys are gonna finish out the game.
Yeah. You know what? At least your buddy got in.
Yeah.
After this,
you know what?
We will have, I believe we will have a post-game interview with Joe Reed. After this, I will be conducting it. So shortly after, in the next 20 seconds, I'm going to be doing a post-game interview with Joe Reed right here at this table.
Mercer's 3 is no good, and Batavia is just going to dribble the clock out here. And
all right, so that'll be.
You know what? Final quarter here wasn't as much fun probably as we had.
But we had
a lot of fun.
I hope
Batavia had a lot of fun. Riverside, Brookfield, I don't know, but you know what? We had a lot of fun, and that's what the Tosh is all about.
That really is what the Tosh is about. So don't go anywhere. I will have a interview with Joe Reed in the corner in about 20 seconds. So don't go anywhere. You're watching Your Sports Network.
That game will be at 8 o'clock here in the Campbell Gym on Monday. Riverside Brookfield will play at 7:30 in the South Gym against Rolling Meadows. Remember, there are no games tomorrow. We'll see everybody back on Monday. Day 3 of the 51st annual Tosh Holiday Classic here for high school missions coming out tonight, folks. So please drive them safely.
So I'm here with lead scorer Joe Reed. Joe, impressive game tonight. Talking again. Walk us through your mindset of tonight.
You know, last game didn't go so planned, so I made sure to get early in the gym this morning, get some shots up, make sure I was there and I was comfortable in my shot, my offense. Shout out Augie. Entered flow state, but I got to thank my teammates because it wouldn't be possible without them.
I mean, you said it yourself, entered flow state. You talked about last time we talked, your turnovers. You forced turnovers. What was your mindset? What did you see going through the game where you were like, I can do this, I can pick this ball out?
Well, like I said last interview we had, I take pride in my defense, and that's the thing that gets my offense going. When my defense is on, my offense gets on. Yeah, I mean, I love just playing defense, picking up. That's my passion, I guess.
You know what? I love a defensive player. Congratulations tonight. Congratulations on the win. Hopefully we can talk again.
Yes, sir.
Back to you guys.